So let's talk about your narcissistic ex or your narcissist partner. Over the last 5 or 6 years, there has been a huge narcissistic movement online, and a lot of people have just read a few posts on Instagram and watched a few videos on YouTube, and then they have diagnosed their partners as narcissistic. So these words have become very popular. He's a narcissist, narcissism, narcissistic personality disorder, and suddenly they have become a part of our regular everyday vocabulary. And honestly, this is very dangerous, and let me explain to you why. Because first of all, I am not a clinical psychologist, so just by listening to somebody talk about their partner, observing somebody's behavior in a few situations, and watching a few videos on YouTube, I cannot diagnose anyone as narcissistic, and neither can you. So, right off the bat, this is just something that you think is the truth. It may or may not be. And in that light, that person, that ex or that partner could be thinking the same about you. They might be feeling that you are narcissistic. If you just detach yourself from the emotional enmeshment, and if you step away from your relationship a little bit, and if you start observing it with neutral eyes, you will realize that it's not just the other person, it's also how you are behaving. And the way both of you are showing up in this dynamic, that is causing you to believe that this person is narcissistic. So always look at your own behavior as well. And again, this is not the easiest to do, because the hardest thing to look at is your own behavior. And trust me, I'm saying this with a lot of love, because I have been here before. If I look back at all my relationships and I observe with detachment, were there situations where I behaved like the narcissist? Absolutely, yes. Does that make me a narcissist? Hell no, no, it does not. So a huge part of healing is also accepting that about yourself, that you will have good moments and you will have bad moments. Because if you don't accept the bad in you, then you're always going to be judging everybody else for the same. Having said that, yes, there are extreme cases where the abuse is very real. And if you are going through any abuse, physical, emotional, spiritual, not even just narcissistic, any form of abuse, then your pain is real. And this video is in no way trying to little your pain, okay? Your pain is very real, and if you're going through abuse, you need active help. But passively watching these videos, reading these posts on Instagram is not going to help you. You need to go to a specialist who is trained and licensed in dealing with such cases, number one. Number two, you also might need legal help, right? You might need help from your local authorities. You might need to escalate this issue to your friends, your family, your extended family, and see and approach it in a systematic, step-by-step manner. That is the right way to go about it. Now, having said all of this, I 100% agree that there is some value in watching this content and engaging with this content. It makes you more aware, and that is a good thing. You should definitely know what the red flags are, and you should watch out for those red flags. But beyond that, attaching to this label of narcissistic personality disorder or narcissist is not going to help you in your current relationships or in your future relationships. Let me explain to you why this is. So let's just assume that you were in a relationship with a narcissistic man or a woman, and by after getting aware and watching these videos, you got out of that relationship. Now, when you go back into the dating world, you are going to be going with that perception. You're going to be hyper vigilant, and you're going to be wearing that narcissist lens. So anybody you meet in future, you're going to be hyper focused on their personality and on their behavior. So anything they do, anything they say, you start viewing it through the narcissist lens. You see how this can be very, very detrimental for that relationship, if that relationship moves beyond 2 dates, that is. So just keep that in mind, that it is good to know, it is good to be aware, but it is not good to attach to it unnecessarily. And if you keep encountering such people in your life, then you need to look at yourself. You need to look at your traumas. So there is a spectrum of narcissism. On one end is extreme narcissism, and on one end is extreme empathy. So on that extreme narcissism end, there are very few people who exist there on that side, on that extreme side, and these people are psychopaths and criminals. That is because they have zero empathy. So they can do anything because they feel no empathy, right? And on the other side are the empaths, okay, with extreme empathy. So this is a match made in hell, and it is a perfect match, right? Most of us, most normal people are on this continuum, on this spectrum, somewhere in the middle. So life is not all black, it's not all white. There is a lot of gray in between, and we all are those gray elements, right? So now if you've started believing that your ex was a narcissist or your current partner is a narcissist, and you believe that that person is the devil and you are the empath, now that theory, that belief in itself needs to be worked on. That analogy is leaving you powerless. What you have done is you have made a huge deal of this person and you have put them on a pedestal, okay, and you have made them larger than life, and you have shrunk yourself being very, very little. You see? So that is giving all of your power away. That is putting all of your power outside of you into that one person, right? It may be negative, but you're giving away all your energy, all your attention, all your power. And if you engage with this content online, on social media, if you are a part of forums, chat groups, WhatsApp groups, and you are actively posting, sharing your stories, and you're commenting and you're bitching about this person, what you're doing is you are staying stuck in victimhood. And from that place, no healing will happen, no transformation will happen, no change will happen. What you will end up doing is attract more such relationships into your life, more such people into your life. So if you identify yourself as an empath and you feel highly sensitive to energies, and on top of that, you also keep attracting abusive people over and over again into your life, and these people keep taking advantage of you, then okay, sure, you may be an empath, you may be highly sensitive, but you definitely also have complex childhood trauma, and the symptoms are very similar. The symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder and being highly sensitive are very similar. So either way, the path to healing is the same. It is going into your own childhood, healing your inner child, working through those triggers, working through those traumas, taking a good look at what happened with you. And for this, sometimes going into therapy is crucial, and there is no shame. There is no shame in talking about it, in actively seeking help. I know this is not the easiest information to receive, and some people might not even be ready to receive this information, and that's completely okay. You are where you are. With this video, hopefully, I would like to speak to the ones who are ready to receive this information. Your real healing will start when you stop searching for things like signs he's a narcissist, symptoms of a narcissist, or how to beat a narcissist at his or her own game. Start searching for things like, why am I attracted to narcissists? What makes me an easy target for abusive people? What is in my energy field that toxic people are attracted to me and I am attracted to them? What am I subconsciously loving about this dynamic that I keep attracting it in my life? Because if something is showing up in your life over and over and over again, then a part of you loves it. A part of you actually wants it. A person can be narcissistic, a person can be abusive, but they cannot enter your energy field, they cannot enter your life and take advantage of you unless you let them. So once you have that realization, everything shifts. Everything shifts. Even if you are getting active help, and even if you are recovering from abuse, at some point you have to let it go and you have to even forgive the abuser. That is the only way to move forward. So you have to let go of all your old stories, because once you completely let go of all the old stories and all the old labels, that is how you create a brand new story which is free from all those labels of abuse. So a person who has been abusive to you could be an angel to somebody else. So you see, their experience of the same person could be very, very different. So in that light, we could all keep debating all day long. He's a narcissist, she's a narcissist, no he's not, no she's not. And who is right? It doesn't matter. Who is wrong? It doesn't matter. This debate is not helping anyone. We all of us need to work on our own traumas and go into therapy, or maybe go to a coach. And once you have worked through your traumas, once you have healed significantly, you will realize that no person is completely black, no person is completely white. There is a lot of gray in between. Nobody is all good, nobody is all bad. You know, we all have a little bit of good and we all have a little bit of bad inside of us. And then you learn to detach from those stories. So once you heal through the trauma, you work on your triggers, you do the inner work, you build better boundaries, you increase your self-esteem and self-worth, you automatically stop attracting abusive people into your life. And also all your existing relationships will improve. And how? Because now you're not hyper focused on their flaws and on their personality. And you start to also see that there's a lot of good in these people as well. And when you up level, everybody else around you also up levels. Otherwise, they just fall out of your life. Before I go, I just wanted to inform you about my ebook, Get Over It. If you are always attracted to narcissists, to unavailable people, to toxic partners, then this is just the workbook for you. This workbook it comes in 5 parts, and it has lots and lots of exercises that will dig deep. We dive deep, and this will really help you uncover your own story, your own traumas, and why you do what you do. So if you're ready to change, if you're ready to get over it, send me an email. You can order the ebook. My email address is mentioned down below. Send me an email and I will get back to you with all the details. And that is it for today's video. I will see you all in my next one.